Hi guys, this is Matt and welcome back to the channel. Today we have got something a little bit different and we're comparing two different types of shafts. So I do a lot of fitting here at the golf club, and really getting the right shaft is so important as part of the fitting process. And a lot of people ask me, does shaft make that much of a difference? Well, today we're going to find out. So we're going to go two extremes of the scale. So we're going to have a soft regular shaft against an extra stiff shaft, and we're going to see what the real differences are. So what we're mainly looking at is spin rate, how that changes the height and the overall distance. Does it influence direction as well? So we're going to hit about half a dozen balls with each shaft with the same head. So we've got the Ping G425 LST 9-degree head. So we're going to start off with the soft regular shaft. Now, typically when I fit, we are going off club speed, but also going off the flight as well. So I think as a guideline, above 105 miles per hour is extra stiff, 95 to 105 is stiff, 85 to 95 regular, and then below 85 typically soft regular. But that's only guidelines. You need to look at the flight first and foremost, and then adapt it from there. So let's kick off with the soft regular shaft, 55 grams. Obviously a very soft shaft for me, but let's see what the ball flight does. So not bad opener really. So we're looking at the club speed 104.6, slightly slow, but surprisingly the spin was okay there. Obviously we've got the lower spinning head, which does add a slightly different dimension to it. But yeah, not bad at all, that first one. Solid hit. Not a bad hit, yeah, turned it over a fraction, but not bad at all. Again, spin rate okay. So on a shaft where I felt like the spin was going to jump up, that looked okay. Again, ball speed 157 there. Solid strike. Seemed to launch a little bit higher, but distance is all right. Again, you know, spin there at 227 with a club speed of 107 there. That's quite surprising. Again, not a bad strike there. You know, my normal carry is in and around probably 270, normal total around 290. So the distance possibly slightly shorter than normal, but accuracy has been pretty good so far. Again, club speed of 108 there, which is, you know, it as the guidelines would be extra stiff, but doesn't seem to be sort of spinning too much. Big left there. So one of the drawbacks of having something too soft for you is that lack of control of the club face. So essentially that sort of club coming through with a little less sort of stability that we would expect from something that was more suited to your swing speed. Let's try one more. Pretty good strike, obviously gone, you know, quite high there, 115 feet. But again, spin rate okay. That has surprised me, I must admit. Okay, so we've tried the soft regular. Actually surprised me, I must admit. You know, the spin was nowhere near as high as what I thought it was going to be. Obviously it's a low spin head, but nothing over 3,000, so that's quite interesting. Let's now go into the X Flex. Okay, so this is the Tour 65 X Flex. A little bit heavier, obviously a lot firmer. In my mind, this is a better suited shaft for me. But let's hit, again, half a dozen shots here and compare them to the soft regular shaft. Yeah, solid strike there. We can certainly see that spin rate drop, that's for sure. The previous one was sort of mid to high 2000s. That's definitely jumped down a little bit, definitely dropped. And as a result, the distance has gone up. Definitely felt more stable, which is obviously a big thing. Just pulled that a little bit. I think I quite got all of that one. A little bit off the bottom. Yeah, quite interesting here, just comparing the two. I can definitely feel this is heavier and firmer, as you'd expect. Results wise, not seeing a major difference so far, I must admit. Solid strike. 4-speed was down a bit, perhaps it was a little bit off the bottom. Again, this obviously highlights for all of you out there, make sure you do get a fitting, because you know, clearly the shaft will influence performance, and you might not always be what you would expect as well. Right there, better one. Okay, let's try one more and then take a closer look. I have a feeling this is going to be quite interesting and may well surprise me. Okay, pretty solid one to finish there. Let's now look at the all-important results. Certainly in terms of feel, I could clearly feel a little bit more stability in the extra stiff, and we could probably see that in the dispersion. You know, you can see the orange ring there. The dispersion is definitely better. My bad one is left, but even still, you know, with the soft reg, it's almost a two-way miss, and the miss is bigger as well. So it's definitely given me more stability, fraction more distance on the face of it there. Let's take a closer look at the numbers. So extra stiff at the top and soft reg at the bottom. So interestingly enough, you know, no distance at all really, no difference in the distance at all. Carry 255 with the X and finishing at 282 and 255, and yeah, pretty much 282 again with the soft reg. Obviously there's some differing strikes I guess in there, but I felt like I struck it okay on the whole. And again, you know, spin not as much as I thought, which is very surprising. 2.6 with the soft reg, just under 2.5 with the X. The first shot I think was my best shot with the X, and that was at 2.1, so clearly that's probably a better one to look at, but certainly an average, only a little bit lower, which is surprising, I must admit. We did see the dispersion was clearly better with the X, that's for sure. And again, we can see club speed, which is very similar, 106, 107, producing very similar ball speeds. And you can see this end column smash factor that I've struck them both very similar, 1.48 with the X, 1.47 with the soft reg. So very surprising, I must admit. You know, looking at the dispersion, we can clearly see that the dispersion is better with the extra stiff, but the soft reg actually performed okay as well. So I think it is important. We shouldn't automatically think we are fitted to a certain shaft, because you might find you get benefits out of something that's potentially softer than you want, and equally something that's possibly a little stiffer than you normally want. So we do always want to go off the ball fly. I could definitely feel more stability in the X, that's for sure, but the soft reg wasn't that bad either. So quite an interesting video today, definitely something a bit different, and it might just open your eyes to trying different types of shafts as well. So I hope you enjoyed that today, guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.